porn. Okay, stop talking shit about women who work in that industry, because for one, women see you do that and they respect you less. They want to be with you less, right? And for two, these are some of the most intelligent, business savvy, and socially conscious people that I've ever personally met in my life. Genuinely. You think that they're in the industry because they want male attention, but the truth is they're so hot that they were going to get the male attention anyway, and they figured out how to monetize it, right? They figured out how to get the bag. These are women that deserve our respect.
Well, that's one way of looking at it. What's up, folks? Welcome back to the show. Today we are discussing male feminists, okay? This is a phenomenon that I guess popped up as soon as the feminism movement popped up as well. Because, it's like, you know what it's like? It's like, you know how whales in the ocean, obviously we all know what whales are. No, I'm not referring to fat women. I'm referring to the species, the mammal that swims in the ocean. You know how they have those fish that swim along with them? They always school around these things and they kind of like snack off whatever leftovers the whale leaves over. You know, that's kind of how I see male feminists, to be honest. There's no reason why a man would want to be a feminist, would identify as a feminist, would be proclaimed that he's a male feminist, unless he's trying to get the scraps, okay? That's always how I've seen them. That's always how I've kind of seen this phenomenon. It's not that these men actually believe in women's rights or even give a fuck. They're just trying to get whatever leftovers that they can get, okay? These are usually beta males. These are low-T guys. These are soy boys, pussies, whatever you want to call them. That's what they are. And they figured out, okay, this is the angle to get laid. I'm going to be a male feminist, which, by the way, ladies, if you're going to look out for anyone in school, if you're going to need to watch your back around anyone, it's around a male feminist. It's around a beta male, a guy that can't get girls on his own. Those are the sneaky guys. Those are the ones to watch your back around. Trust me, take it from me, and any real men in the chat will agree with me that the creeps and the weirdos and the people who will actually roofie your drink or take advantage of you in a situation will be the male feminists, will be the losers, will be the creeps, will be the guys that do not get laid. It is not the chads. It's not the tough, blonde, macho chads that they portray in the movies. You know, they always want to demonize them and act like they're the rapists. They're actually not. That's not the case at all. Okay, and you can say, well, what do you know? I went to college. I know how it works. Okay, and believe me, that's not who you look out for. You look for the male feminist. Now, to get to the point that man was bringing up, if you can call him a man, he said that we should respect people who work in the porn industry, right? Okay, first of all, not off to a great start. He says that one of the reasons why men should stop shitting on women who work in that industry is because those women won't be interested in them. Okay, again, doesn't really make a lot of sense. I don't think many people are just lining up desperate to date someone in that particular industry. So I don't think there's any hard feelings there. I think the guys will be fine if people working in the sex industry is not interested in them. I don't think they want them, okay? In fact, that's one of the worst parts of being in that industry as a girl, is you're going to be hard-pressed to find a good guy who wants to raise a family for you. So when you're done working in that department and you've gotten the bag, you're going to wind up alone, okay? It's hard enough to find a good person for both sexes, by the way. It's hard enough. But if you have under your belt a career in the sex industry, it's basically non-existent, okay? What was his second point? His second point was that they're actually extremely smart and brilliant. Oh yeah, because every brilliant genius I know, they decide that they're going to go into sex work. No, it's easy to go into sex work, okay? It doesn't take a genius to sell your nudes to an Indian man, all right? That doesn't take a genius, okay? These are simply people with no morals, no moral compass, and they're greedy. So they're willing to absolutely humiliate themselves online, which never goes away, by the way, in order to have some old person or person from the Middle East or specifically India pay for their nudes, okay? So that doesn't exactly take the genius of a rocket scientist to do. So both of his points really fall flat. And I mean, even just going back to looking at what the guy looks like, really? This is the guy that the girls will hang out with, and here's we're the bad news for the male feminists. Girls will hang out with you because they enjoy hanging out with you because you're straight. So they appreciate the compliments because they know you're straight, because it's more of a compliment coming from somebody who, wants to get with you as opposed to somebody who doesn't. You get all the benefits of having like your gay best friend, but they're not gay, You can always flatter yourself that they totally want you, right? So the girls hang out with these kind of guys, but they're not interested in you, okay? They're never going to go with you. Never. Never going to happen, dude. Never going to happen. Unless you take advantage in a situation, it's never going to happen, okay? So you are humiliating yourself for nothing. You're putting yourself through this humiliation ritual of, first of all, what normal straight guy wants to hang around girls as they're shopping and listen to them talk about boys, okay? What? Even guys who have girlfriends, that's weird to me. That seems strange. Why would a guy want to hang out with girls when he could hang out with guys? Guys are much more fun. They do fun shit. I don't even want to hang out with girls. I hang out with my family, okay? There's a few girls that are like really awesome and I love them and they're amazing to hang out with. But in general, it's a lot of drama, okay? We're a lot of drama. Sorry. And we're not that interesting. Sorry. It's true, okay? I'm not a woman hater by any means, but it's true. So, it's not looking great. This girl had a great point. I think she makes an excellent point here, and it's worth listening to. Let's take a listen here.
Isn't it crazy that a male feminist was just nearly taken down by a feminist? This guy, Justin Baldoni, has staked his entire identity on being a man who worships feminism. So much so that his life's work is a movie he directed and starred in about domestic violence against women. And what was his reward for being such a powerful ally? His feminist co-star taking over his movie and then suing him for sexual misconduct on set. Yeah, so it turns out that positioning yourself as a male feminist does not gain you an ounce of respect. It actually just makes you a target to be taken advantage of because they all just see you as a beta.
Where's the lie? That's literally facts, okay? And this is why I never felt sorry. I don't really understand why Candace Owens was jumping on this train so much of like, let's defend Baldoni as if he's some saint. I don't give a fuck. That's what happens. If you play in fire, you're gonna get burned, all right? I'm glad this is happening to him. I revel in it. Not to mention, there's another reason I'm glad he's being taken down. But in that incident, he is innocent. However, he asked for it, and he's perpetuating this BS of feminism that now he's falling into the trap that he laid for others. He would happily get on board with Me Tooing some guy. He would happily get on board with throwing another guy under the bus to promote feminism, okay? So I take great pleasure in his downfall. I'm glad that he fell. He's also a J. So it should come as no wonder that he's promoting feminism as well. One of the other reasons why I kind of appreciate his fall from grace. However, this is what happens, okay? If you are going around promoting yourself as a male feminist, A, you're not going to get laid. So if that was your intention, it's not going to work. And B, you're going to be seen as an easy target, okay? You will be seen as an easy target. And ABC, sorry, I have to do that because I'm stupid. And C, you will be respected by none. You won't be respected by females, and you certainly won't be respected by males. It's kind of awesome to be a dude. When I see guys and their friendships with other guys, I'm envious of that. It looks really fun. Dudes can have a fight and they'll make up, no problem. Dudes being friends with other dudes looks really fun to me. It seems awesome to be a guy. Yes, it's really hard. They have to go to work. Everybody's against them, especially if you're a white, straight male. Everyone's out to get you. But in general, it's pretty cool to be a guy, So why on earth would you want to LARP as a feminist, which basically puts you in the realm of women, and you're not even going to get laid if that was your intention, which, in my opinion, that is generally the intention of these people, okay? Okay, so you're missing out on everything. You're not getting laid, and you're not even getting to hang out with the boys. So you literally get nothing out of it. So if you're considering being a male feminist, I would advise against it. It's a lose-lose battle. You're not going to lose. You're not going to get anything. You're not going to achieve your end goal, and you're not going to be respected, and then you'll miss out on the amazing parts of being a dude. Anyway, that's the video. Hoped you liked it. If you did, like that thumbs up. This has been a long day. Sorry. Not gonna lie. Long day. Long ass day. made worse by seeing those videos of male feminists. Anyway, if you like it, like and subscribe and leave me a comment, and I will see you in the next video.